Thank you again and welcome to this virtual outreach session for SME Inspire Awards 2022. I am Sourav Mishra representing SME function within NASSCOM. Today with me I have Mr. Jain, who is the council chair of NASSCOM SME Council. He runs a company called Net Solution and based out of Chandigarh. So idea of this session is to explain the objective why NASSCOM is doing this award and what we are expecting from this entire event, and what is the different processes involved and what is the deadlines, timelines, and all that. So basically we are going to have we would like to keep this session quite quite engaging and quite interactive. So you can all post your queries on the chat window or the Q&A window. We will take it up after a small presentation that we have regarding the awards. And without making further delay, I would like to request Mr. Jain to put forward his opening thoughts and remarks and set the tone for this session. Yeah, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Saurav. Hello, everyone. A very good afternoon and welcome to this session. We're very excited to be launching the NASSCOM SME Inspire Awards. We've been thinking about this for a while. From different regions, we were hearing people ask for it, saying, the SMEs don't have any ways to brand themselves with awards, and they're very small companies, sometimes can't really afford the process of applying and to larger awards. So we've listened and we're launching this this year. The decision will come out by December, and we hope to replicate this year on year. We've called it NASSCOM SME Inspire Awards because we really want this to be an inspiration for everyone. Not only the winners, and we have about 25 different categories, and Sourav is going to talk to you more about that, but really how some of even the others who are not getting rewarded, what are their journeys, what are some of the lessons from their journeys, and really building case studies for everyone. So it's inspiration for everyone to see how companies are growing, how they're doing unique things, whether in terms of talent, whether in terms of managing their business during COVID, in terms of their growth, the geographies, the innovation that they bring in, the impact that they're creating. So those are the pillars of these awards. There are, like I said, there are about 25 awards, and they cover the entire gamut of services, products, BPM, as well as IT and software development services. So we're covering all segments. What we've also done is that we've considered the revenue as well. So it's not like someone with lower revenue is not going to get an award, and someone who's doing 200 crores is going to get an award. So we've done different categories. So you have the capability to demonstrate your success within your segment and within the vertical, the area of your business as well. To keep everything very fair, we have Grant Thornton as a knowledge partner. Some of the questions that you see in the form, actually all the questions have been done by Grant Thornton. We've reviewed them, and we want to make sure that this is a fair process. This is a process where there's as little subjectivity as possible. There's this group of judges that we're going to bring in from different areas and keep it as, like I said, as objective as possible. This is the first time we're doing it. There might be a few bumps here and there, but the idea really is that this is to our mind, the time has come, and we're going to look at this more as a pilot, learn from it, and next year come back even stronger. As Sourav said, the idea here of this session here is to answer any questions that you might have. Hopefully you've looked at the form, where you're struggling, or maybe there's some questions about the entire format, about the Inspire Awards as well. We'll be more than happy to answer that for you. But before that, Sourav, over to you. If you can just run us through the presentation, please. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And for everyone's reference, we are recording this session so that you can refer the entire recording in future as well. So let me do the screen share. We have a small presentation. We will be explaining you about the awards, the categories that is available, and what are the important links that you can refer to while applying for these awards. So quickly, let me do that. Is this visible, Samir sir?
Yes, it is.
So, so this is the first edition of NASSCOM SME Inspire Awards, and it is exclusively for the NASSCOM SME members. The primary target audience is the tech companies who are a NASSCOM member and belong to the small and medium category. So, we the focus of this award has been on three fronts, that is growth, innovation, and impact. We'd like to recognize all the applicants on these on these three elements, like how they have grown in last couple of years, what kind of innovation they are doing, and what kind of impact they have created over the period of time. So that's why the theme is also the same, the growth, innovation, and impact. So it was stated by Samir sir that in total we have 25 categories. If you look at entire NASSCOM member base, we have close to 3,000 members, and out of that, around 2,500 members belong to this SME category. So as SME for us, anyone any enterprise with less than 200 crore business, it belongs to the SME segment for within NASSCOM. So we are looking to reward, or we are looking to acknowledge around 1% of total target base member base that we have, and that is the entire objective of this award. Why there is 25 categories in this entire process. These 25 awards are further segmented into different sub segments like micro, small, and medium. In the micro category, we have 5 awards. The companies who belong to whose enterprise turnover is less than 5 crore, they belong to the micro segment, and they can apply for all these 5 awards. And again, there are 6 awards in the small segment. The small segment is 5 to 50 crore bracket, in terms of turnover. In the medium segment, we have close to 8 awards, and people, with enterprise with 10 turnover or less than 200 crore, they can apply for it. Apart from that, there are 6 special category awards which are open for all segment of enterprises. Even if a enterprise has 2 crore or 1 crore turnover, they can apply for all these 6 special awards. And similarly, any medium or small company can apply for these special awards. But there is a catch here. There is a limitation on how many awards that one enterprise can apply at max. The cap has been set as 4. So basically, out of this segment, relevant segment, you can apply for 3 awards from your segment, plus one awards from the special category awards. So total number of awards that can be applied by any enterprise is 4. And even if if somebody is applied more than that, their enterprise can only be considered for 4 awards in the entire process. So the basic eligibility that we have set, it should be an Indian based company, or Indian based entity that should be applying for the awards. Then it should be a NASSCOM member, in the current year, and plus the enterprise turnover of this company should be less than 200 crore. So this is the a brief of introduction about this inaugural edition of SME Inspire Awards. And now moving on to the awards category, here is the detailed list. You can take a screenshot, or you can you can take a picture of that the same, so that it's handy while you apply for the awards. Like I said, stated earlier, all the 25 awards are again segregated further into tech services space, tech products space, and BPM space. So we have, in any company who are either operating in products segment or the services segment or the BPM segment or mix of any of these three can at least find at least one awards which is relevant to the company and can apply for the same. So this is how the entire awards are segregated. And apart from that, these are the list of special awards which are to do with the HR practices, then customer experience, tech adoption by the company, then leadership during the lockdown, then leadership in the diversity and inclusion, and finally the sustainability and governance. So these are 25 awards in total. If you have any queries, you can just put it on chat window or on the Q&A box. We will take it up in a while. Now moving on to the timeline, we started this entire call for application on 26th of September. That was last month, and the presently the last date to apply for awards is 20th October. That is in next week, 7 days from now. And within next quarter, we are looking to finalize the jury member for these awards. There are going to be 3 jury panel in this entire processes, one for the micro segment companies, one for the small size companies, and one for the medium size companies. And the so once this all the applications are received from our side, we will do the due diligence, and finally the jury will be recommended the shortlisted companies, and the subsequently there will be a jury round by where the shortlisted companies will be asked to do a presentation, and we are looking at the second week of December to have that make it happen, and that is between 8th to 10th of December. And finally the plan as of now is that to have the award presentation ceremony in the mid of December. So this is the timeline that we have envisaged for the entire processes. And finally, there are a few important links that I think quite useful. We have created a microsite for this SME awards, and here is the link. There is also a a link for the directly file the nominations for this awards. This link is also embedded in the microsite. So there is 2 ways one can go and file the nomination. They can visit the microsite and start the application process from there, or they can file the nominations directly using this web using this web link. And there is also a FAQ and general guidelines document. One can find it on the website itself, with details about the eligibility criteria, what are the awards type that are there, and what is the eligibility, and who can apply and what not to do. So everything is mentioned on that FAQ section, and what is the role of NASSCOM in entire process, what the GT team will be, Grant Thornton team will be doing, everything will be mentioned in that general guideline document. So everything is available in the website. I would request everyone who are present here, please visit the website and browse it, each section, because each of the sections is quite important in terms of the information put up there. And finally, here is the link to the questionnaire, the application questionnaire. I believe that we have received many queries where companies have requested for offline version of the questionnaire, so that they can start working in parallel and respond to the questions in a time bound manner. So this is the link for the questionnaire. If you have any if you wish to find it, then we can share it on the chat window during this conversation. So this is, and finally, apart from that, if you have any queries or anything, you can write to us, or if you want to have any clarification or give some suggestions, we are open to that. You can write to us on this given ID, smeinspire@nascom.in. And finally, these are some of the handles that we have at the NASSCOM SME team. All the posts regarding all the updates on this regarding the awards are continuously being posted on this social media links. Please feel free to visit the these social media handles or subscribe to them to get the regular updates. So in nutshell, this is about the awards, and we look forward to a a great participation from all of you. We are here to support you best possible way in terms of help you, filing the nomination in the best possible way. And for any queries, we are open to take up the questions in next couple of minutes. So now I'd like to request, our council member, Mr. Maulik, Bhansali, and Dr. Chetan, Samant, to put forward their points, and after that we can, start the question answer session and take them up. Yeah. Over to you, Chetan, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Sourav. Hi, my name is Chetan Samant, and I am a part of the SME function within NASSCOM along with Sourav. And Sourav, thank you, for the detailed conversation in terms of the application process for this SME Inspire Awards. I would urge each and everyone present on this call to please nominate yourself. This award, I mean, to conceptualize and to build this award, I mean, it took the council around 9 months of really a very hard work. I would urge that you should look at the deadlines, and looking at the deadlines, make sure that you're not late, because there are multiple layers in the process which we have built in terms of evaluating. There are multiple layers in that, and hence we don't want to miss on any of the deadlines. And that's the reason I would request you to please look at the last date and apply accordingly. You have any questions, please do reach out to us. And this is the first time as NASSCOM we are looking at giving away the awards to SMEs, right? And within SMEs also, as Sourav had shown you on the slide, we have categorized. So I mean, everyone gets an equal opportunity of nomination, be it a small company, a medium, or a large SME. Everyone who's applying, and I'm sure this will be a great opportunity for self-branding too. Having said that, I would request now Maulik Bhansali, who's the SME Council member based out of Vadodara, to kindly share his thoughts in terms of this SME Inspire Awards. Over to you, Maulik bhai.
Thank you, Chetan. Thanks, Sourav and Samir. You have really very well put across in terms of why everyone should really, all of our members, businesses should really participate. This is an opportunity for all of us to kind of showcase our abilities, capabilities, and kind of excel towards towards excellence, as we all would certainly, and that's the reason the name of the awards also is Inspire. We have kind of taken all the aspects into consideration as council, as our colleagues from representing from various different parts of the country, to say that all the SMEs, really all our small medium businesses and members, do get opportunity to kind of come forward, nominate, and showcase what they're doing, and we should certainly be able to recognize them. So take this opportunity, make sure that you please do nominate. We also have very special categories here, as you may see on the screen, which are talking about things like HR practices, which has really certainly evolved during last couple of years, 3 years, especially considering COVID and pandemic times, and a lot of things have changed, including customer experience, tech adoption, lockdown leader. I mean, that's a very interesting category that we have there. Diversity and inclusion, and sustainability and governance. As you see, these special categories cut across different domains and across sizes, right? And you must, therefore, we all must take opportunity to kind of nominate in this. This is for the first time that we are doing, right? So there is a very special initiative that we have for all our members, for our SMEs. But at the same time, also wanted to share with you all that we have given in a huge amount of humongous effort in terms of making it more inclusive in nature, right? At the same time, involving complete transparency in the process. So we have third party, we have a partner who actually who helps us who has helped us in curating this thing, helping the council, helping NASSCOM, and partnering to be able to make sure that the process is right, and we follow all the parameters which are really required. So we kind of, are able to come out with the right recognitions for all the categories. Having said that, I sincerely request and urge everyone to participate. This is an opportunity for all of us. This is our initiative. We must not miss on that. Thank you.
Thanks, Maulik bhai. Sourav, I think we should answer to the questions which have already been posted on that. Can you please start with it? You're on mute, sir.
Yes, yeah, I've just opened the Q&A. Yes, the question, here is a question from Harbinder. They want to know basically if they are based in India and they are supporting clients from US, UK, and can they apply for the awards? Yes, awards is the answer is certainly yes, as long as you are a NASSCOM member and your turnover is less than 200 crore, you will be eligible to apply for the awards. So that's the answer. Second, we are a SaaS tech company, not a GCC, nor a backend or US-based our India entity. Yes. So yes, you can apply for the awards, but whatever the details that you be providing while applying the awards, you need to provide the details of the Indian entity only. You cannot club the details of your parent company and that with the Indian company and awards. I would request you to fill the details with the credentials of the Indian entity, and you can apply for the awards. That's the answer to the Dhiren's question. Next question is, what is the growth leader award? Is there some project we need to nominate? Yes, basically, Jitin, there is two kind of growth we are looking at. First is the growth that we have shown in last 3-4 years consistently, and second is the growth one is shown during lockdown. So basically, so you can choose to apply for any of the two categories that you feel relevant to you. In the growth, we are also looking at, there are various parameters there. If you have gone through the questionnaire, that it details ask what is the revenue growth you have made, what kind of customer additions you have done in last couple of years, and what kind of impact you have created through that growth. What is the width of that growth, what is the depth of this growth. All this information has been sought, and I would request you to fill the details, fill the information, and giving as much details that you can. You can also give few examples from that, from or you can put forward few case studies as well. All this information will be useful while evaluating your applications. The next question is, can you send me the presentation? Yes, we can share this presentation maybe towards the end of this call, before we hang up. Certainly, that's the the questionnaire link. Yes, we will share it with you. I will put it here, and we will also mail you to all the attendees who are present in this call. So actually we are facing because we don't have full access to the entire questions. Yes, so
Sorry, the
yes,
question might not be clear to the audience. If you can also repeat the question, that'll be great.
Okay, so sir, there is a question called, are the deadlines are going to be extended? Or, I think you should answer that question, you or Dr. Chetan.
So, I mean, that's what I said, right? I can see the question coming from Sakshi. Sakshi, it's not right because, we have, as I said, we have set the evaluation process and the timelines are very stringent, and hence it will be extremely difficult. We don't want to do that. And obviously, let me be very frank with you. We have already received somewhere around 70 odd nominations in the first week itself, right? So if we have a substantial number, I think we'll stick to the deadlines which we have announced. But right now, if you ask me, are deadlines going to be extended? Then the answer will be no.
So there is another question, are we facing problems regarding accessing the full questionnaire? Can we share? Yes, we can share. We will mail you the entire questionnaire, application questionnaire for your reference, so that you can do the application filing accordingly. And there is another question which is regarding to the presentation. Yes, the question is, the presentation will be online or offline? Chetan sir or Samir sir?
So, yeah, sorry, Samir, you want to go?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it will be a hybrid. So maybe if it's the last jury round, then we'll expect the member to be present physically in person.
Yes. So yeah, how secure you are when we said financial confidential data? So there is a question on, sir, security of the information, data privacy and security. So Samir sir, can you please address?
Yeah, so the data will be with Grant Thornton, and in fact, none of that data is going to be shared with anyone except the jury round. In that sense, also, there will be proper NDAs that will be signed with Grant Thornton and with the jury members. So we'll ensure that the data is, and all the financial data is confidential. Again, NASSCOM has done this for many, many years across different councils and different areas. There is a certain process that is in place, and we will just ensure that the same process is followed. So you can rest assured. There were two previous questions around a link. They couldn't find the download application form button on the awards section. This I think we've answered, but you will email the questionnaire to everybody again, correct?
Yes, sir. We will do that. Yeah.
Okay.
So there is one more question. There is an anonymous question. Okay, they are asking, as long as the turnover is less than 200 crore, it should be sufficient to apply for awards. But why you are asking for the financial information? Any particular logic for that?
I mean, there's no way to validate anyone's data otherwise, right? You could fill in whatever you like, and when you have something audited, then there's a benchmark for all the jury members that whatever you're saying is accurate. That's the only reason why we want at least someone to certify or audit those reports. So you also said defeats the purposes. We may be submitting nominations for innovation, technology adoption, etc., which has nothing to do with revenue, directly with competing. Absolutely, but I think it's important that there are different categories that we are putting these awards in. So there's the micro, small, and medium. We want to make sure that you're applying to the right category and you're not applying to any wrong category, which would ensure that you don't, no one who doesn't deserve to be in that category gets awarded. It's a fairly, I mean, all these questions are important questions. I think you do not want to share some of that data, and it's about the confidentiality of that data, and fairly understand those concerns. But like I said, there's a proper process. In fact, a lot of this pre-validation we'll do from the NASSCOM membership that the form that you've already filled in, and you're getting billed for it accordingly. So I think that information is with us as well. So, again, the category we already know from that perspective, but just want to, in terms of growth, for example, with some of the categories, we do need that data. Chetan, do you want to add, based on the NASSCOM data, we know the category specifically, but someone who does not want to apply for growth leader or wants to apply for innovation, for example, why do we see the need to ask for that information still?
No, so as Samir, you mentioned, I think one is that we'll obviously sign a NDA with Grant Thornton, because the data will lie with them. But see, I mean, we as NASSCOM, we do a lot of awards, right? I mean, and for multiple years. So we make sure that the data is confidential. However, it's extremely important for us to find you the category, right? Like Samir mentioned, the micro, small, and the large. We need to find, because the data which we have in our database, in NASSCOM's database, may be a year back, right? So in case if there is a growth, if you have moved into the next category, we may not be aware. And that's the reason to validate, we need to have those documents in place. And it's set as a standard process. So everyone will have to do it.
I think there is a one valid point as well, which I would like to add, friends, is, when we talk about specific categories, let's say, for example, nomination for innovation, I think innovation in its own way has to also be more impactful in nature. I mean, that's when it makes more sense what innovation is supposed to do, right? So to be able to even gauge that, or to kind of able to measure that into what kind of business impact it has made, what kind of revenues possibly it has generated, and therefore it has any good commercial value, for example, there is a correlation to which, it also helps. So in addition to what my colleagues just said over here, I think it does help to kind of get that kind of information as well in terms of the impact which is being made by such innovation, for example, or technology adoption, for example. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So there is another question from Sunita. She wants to know what would be the kind of evaluation and documentation that the team might look for. So basically, Sunita, as I understand, you want to know what would be the, what kind of information you would like to put in the application. If that's true, then I would request you to be as detailed as possible while submitting your applications. If there is any documentary evidence, what you have claimed for, please share the documentary evidence, or if there is an external link that is available, please share those links as well, so that while evaluation, all these things will come very handy, and right, a perspective can be brought in to the evaluation. So that's the answer to your question, Sunita. And then another question from Israr Alam. He wants to know, we are a digital marketing agency started in 2013. Can we nominate our agency into micro IT services as growth leader? Israr, you can certainly do it as long as you are a NASSCOM member, and for the micro category, your turnover should be less than 5 crore. If you are here meeting this criteria, you can certainly apply for this award. And your question is that is in any one category, how many companies can participate? There is no cap in one category, maybe 10, 15, 20. There is no limit on which on number of companies that can apply for that awards category. So it's open for all, if in that particular revenue segment or the business segment. Then can the field application be modified before submission? Yes. There is a question from Sunil. Can the field application be modified before submitting it? Yes, certainly. Before the submitting the application, you can always go back and edit your application or the information that you have put in. Can we nominate our customers? I think it is not available at this moment, because I'm not sure if your customer is a NASSCOM member or they belong to the SME segment. If they are a NASSCOM member, they can nominate for themselves, but you cannot nominate for others. Please nominate for yourself only. There is another question from Sudhir. We are into IT recruitment, so we assume we can apply for IT services category. Yes. As a small company, if we apply for the both awards, growth and leadership and innovation in that category, can we apply for 2 of the special awards? So Sudhir, the question is, you can at max apply for 4 awards, including 1 from the special category. So you have to be very cautious as, from the other category, how many awards you are applying for, but from the special category you can only apply for 1 award. So that's the cap. There is a Samprasad, there is a question. No question, just like to thank you to the council for this very encouraging initiative. Thank you very much. We look forward to receiving your application, and we would like to build upon this initiative for the subsequent years. Where is the award ceremony to be held? Is the award is categorized based on the location or across India? So, Samit sir, any update or Chetan sir on the award ceremony and the location-based award or anything?
So the awards to conduct this in Delhi because we would like to invite the MSME minister to be a part of this award ceremony. I mean, we already had a discussion with him a few months back, and that's the reason we thought that Delhi would be a good location to give away the awards.
And there is a question, I think, okay, there is a question from Manish. Can we submit multiple nominations for the awards? You can submit, but your latest entry will be taken for the consideration. We will delete the first entry that we had made. So that's the general process that we are following. There is a question.
Do we not have this limit of three categories?
No. So, sir, that multiple nominations they are asking. They can submit the application for multiple times. So
okay.
it's one entry per company in that sense. Yeah. So there's a question from Krishna. We are into a service company industry, telecom domain, outsourced from US, UK, US. Do you eligible to apply? Yes, there are, there are awards under services category, IT services category, which you can look into to apply for awards. Apart from that, the special category awards are applicable to all the companies. You can apply for 1 award from the special category and 3 from this services sector. You can very much apply for the awards as long as you are an NASSCOM member. There is another question, anonymous attendee. We have a US entity and lot of revenue is attributed to US entity. Will it have any impact on our application? Samit sir, Chetan sir, or anyone would like to this question?
I think what we talked earlier, that it has to be based for the Indian entity. So your revenues, your audited accounts must be for the Indian entity. That's how it should be looked at and will be looked at.
And so the answer is yes. As long as you have that, you can apply.
If there is a question, if the presentation is offline, then what is the location of the presentation?
So we'll have to get back to you on that.
Yeah. And probably we will give them enough time to prepare for that. I believe there will be at least 15 days of notice to make the suitable arrangement in case the physical presentation do happen. So there is a question from Pramod. We have a suggestion that questionnaire to be more user friendly. For example, if you're applying for growth leadership in tech services, we need to have access to only question related to this category. There is a lot of navigation involved something. So Pramod, for your reference, we'll be sharing the entire set of questionnaire, the full questionnaire for your reference, so that you can be better prepared to to fill the applications and save the time. So what are the parameters will be given? So there is another question on the the evaluation criteria or the parameter for evaluation. So basically we are banking mostly on the qualitative data. Certainly there are some quantitative data we are capturing through the applications. Since the most of the questions we are capturing the qualitative data, would like to request you to be precise and give the relevant and impactful information. And if you could support your claim through some evidence, that will be useful to evaluate and make you a worthy competitor, or for this any of the award that you are applying for. So how do I define HR practices? So Sakshi, in our opinion, the HR practices, there are around 10 questions on the HR practices category. It details all, it takes all the information like what has been your hiring pattern, what is the HR policies that you have, how is the diversity inclusion in your company, what kind of special HR initiatives that you have taken in last 1 year, how what kind of technology you are using in the HR processes. So all these things, all the questions has been asked. Try to be more specific in your answer, and that could summarize your application. There is can I apply under no. So question is certainly no. Under special category, this is a question from Krishna. Under special category, one can only apply for 1 award, not more than that. I just came to. So Kailash, he is mentioning that he does not have the application link. So Kailash, I would like to request you to visit our microsite. You will get the detailed information about the awards as well as the apply now button for this award. And I will also share the, the application link here on the chat window, which will be useful for you to go through. Yeah. So thank you for this. So there is a question from Sudhir. He wants to know, as a small company, we can apply only for 3 awards in total. No, so in total you can apply for 4 awards, including 1 special award. So this is 3 plus 1. So at max you can apply for 4. There is a question from Jayachandran. Is there interview interaction? With the applicant company based on the submission or the announcement? So no. So Jayachandran, the answer to your question is that once all the applications are evaluated, the companies will be shortlisted based on the award category, or only the shortlisted companies will be, intimated through email and call, and they will receive the communication about the next round, which is jury round. What do you mean by innovation?
I think, sorry to come in, I think possibly there was also a question which Sourav, it means that would there be an interaction required with them? So let's say if jury has any questions, for example, would that happen? I think yes, if jury has a question, possibly jury may call or request an answer specific to some specific information that may be required if required.
Yes, sir. The same can be happen with the Grant Thornton team. They are basically the partner to do the due diligence and evaluation.
Yes.
If any of the information is not clear or it is half filled or something is missing, they may contact you. The primary point of contact that has been given in the application form, they will be intimated, and they may be asked to provide additional information wherever it is required. Yeah. We are a IT services company. Can we apply for innovation in IT services? This is a question by Sumit. Certainly, yes. As long as you are a NASSCOM member, you can do it.
I think his question is, how can we apply for innovation in IT services? I mean, that innovation can come from anywhere. It could be, delivery model that you've used, or a particular, technology that you're using that changes things a little bit. It could be product that you created for a client where you feel that there was innovation that you used that added to the client success. So really, innovation can be looked at any lens that you like, but you have to be an IT services company is the only point. But it doesn't have to be innovation. You could be building that product for a customer. It could be anything else that we've not covered, to be honest.
So there is a question from Dhiren regarding the submission. Basically, there is no preview as such, about the, the information that you have filled. But even if you want to edit any information, you can always go back to, particular section. You can do the edit or review it, manually. So that is how it is going to be. And there is a question from Suresh. It is regarding the extension by a week. Okay. Your request has been noted, but we cannot confirm anything as of now. Probably, maybe, if we get more requests from other members, then the committee may look into it. But for the time being, the deadline is 20th of October.
So just adding to what Chetan said earlier as well, there are about 70 applications that have been received. We are looking at about 200 applications so that we have enough data to be able to judge companies. We think in each of these categories, we'll have about 50 people applying or so. Some categories might, like the micro and small, where there are more members, there might be actually more applications. But the point is, apply as soon as possible. There is a possibility it might get extended if you don't reach that figure. At the moment, it doesn't look like that. We'd like to give the jury as well as Grant Thornton as much time as possible to evaluate it fairly. But we hear you. There is the holiday period. That's why earlier we were thinking we'll extend it. We'll do it before. So we've done about 20th. But I would say just start putting in your information as soon as possible. And hopefully you should be able to fill it in time. I'll take the next one. Krishna Veni says, is there a ranking or score system involved during evaluation? Yes, there is. I think Grant Thornton, when they're evaluating companies, they will have a specific format in which they're evaluating companies. So like I said, it has to be a fair process. And based on that, they will be able to shortlist companies. Sourav or Chetan, do you want to add to that?
No, sir.
No, I think that's.
And the nomination link, can that be shared, please?
Yeah, so I'm just sharing all the important links on the chat window.
So I think, there may be a few more questions, but what I would suggest is, in case if you don't hear from us, please do write to us. There is an dedicated email ID only for this award. We formed a group internally within NASSCOM so that you get the answers ASAP. And in case, you can also reach out to us through your regional team members, that is the NASSCOM regional team members. But please ask us any questions in case if you get stuck anywhere. Please do write to us at smeinspire@nasscom.in. Sourav has already put this in chat.
Sourav, do you think we can create a channel on Slack? So anyone wants to reach out to us on Slack channel can do that as well?
That's a good idea. That's a brilliant idea, in fact, Samir. So to all the participants here, I'm sure you must be connected on the NASSCOM SME Slack portal. If not, please do reach out to us. We'll add you on that portal. We'll have a dedicated SME Inspire Awards channel, and that can be a great channel for you to discuss internally also and to post your queries. So I think let's do that, Sourav, today itself.
Sure, sir. We'll do that.
We also have Ashwin Kandoi. He's the SME Council member based out of Nashik. Ashwin, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
So Ashwin, we have a good number of members who are attending this call from different parts of the country and who are really interested to apply for the NASSCOM SME Inspire Awards. And let me be a member of designing and conceptualizing this award. So Ashwin, I just told the group that we've spent around 9 months just to build a framework, right? And the name really inspired us, right? So that's the reason it is NASSCOM SME Inspire Awards. So would you like to share your thoughts, how important it is, and how are you looking at it, Ashwin?
So I want to pitch for the awards myself, Samir bhai and Chetan bhai. But everyone, I would just like to pass on the one strong message. I think every award is a celebration, and this celebration can be internal, this can be external. And when a body like NASSCOM helps you celebrate, it helps both internally for you as an organization, for your employees, for your customers, and it lives long for you. It is not a short-lived activity. So we would want all of you to put in your best foot forward when you are applying for an award or something like this. And the beauty is that it is for SMEs. It is not for the big boys, etc. So you're competing amongst yourselves. You win or you lose or you don't get the award. You will just see what are you going to be miss, or what is that one extra thing which you're going to do for winning the award next time. So as Chetan bhai said, the award is about inspiring everyone, and whatever you participate is going to inspire all of us together here, the other SMEs, to participate going forward. That's the only message which I would like to say.
Thank
Put
you.
it forward here.
Thank you. Thank you. That's wonderful, Ashwin. So now I'll request quickly Maulik Bhai and after that Samir to give your closing remarks and also to inspire the members here to apply for the Inspire Award.
I think we all look forward to receiving as many nominations, as many applications as possible. So please do that. What my friend and colleague Ashwin mentioned is absolutely correct. This is a celebration of all of us, for all of us, and let us make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for attending. I mean, just two other points that I'd like to add. I think it's been said already that these are important awards for branding, internal as well as external. But I would say that we'll have the national minister for SME or the central minister for SMEs who will give out this award. I think that in itself is an amazing thing for everybody to be recognized by the government in that sense, and NASSCOM. Both the brands carry a lot of weight. Looking at the product or the Emerge 50 awards that have come a long way now, and hopefully our SME 25, we don't call it SME 25, but the SME Inspire Awards hopefully will go a long way as well. But we've seen that with Emerge 50, a lot of companies have really succeeded because they were recognized by NASSCOM as companies that are growing or have potentially the right ideas. So I think if you are one of the lucky companies that gets this recognition, it could set you up on path of further growth as well, because you will get that exposure, from NASSCOM and outside. You will be mentioned on social media, like I said, with your permission, and we'll obviously definitely take that permission. But if there are certain things around innovation, around growth, or business model, innovation, like I said, but if you have these impactful ideas, we'd love to highlight them and talk about them. And we're also preparing a report as we speak on SMEs, and maybe some of those ideas also make it to our report as well, and you get mentioned. So the exposure to your company and yourself is going to be massive. I do believe you should take the opportunity to participate. If nothing, it'll help you benchmark yourself. It'll help you understand whatever you think is the growth you think is great, or HR practice that is great. How does that really align with what your peers are doing? So absolutely look at these awards and look forward to everybody participating. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
And thank you, Sourav, for. I request everyone to just look at the deadlines and please do apply. And all the best to everyone. Thank you and a good evening. Bye.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Sourav.
Thank you. Best wishes to everyone. Take care.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.